The reason you procrastinate is not because you're indisciplined or you lack motivation, but because of this fundamental truth which I'm about to reveal. You procrastinate because you fear failure. It's a very interesting thought pattern we are about to explore. And please be very patient and listen very carefully, because what I'm about to share attempts to answer the age-long question for some of you. You've been gallivanting across the path of destiny, asking questions like, I plan every day, I write out every single thing I'll do from start to finish, and yet I don't seem to execute. I get up in the morning and I am in doubt as to whether I should execute this action. I am in doubt as to what is the end goal of all of these task lists which I have carefully drafted. Then you spend the time you would have used to take action in reviewing the task, in reviewing what you should do, to come to the same conclusion as you did yesterday. Why is this the case? Again, I initially stated that one of the key reasons you procrastinate is because you fear failure. Now, this is something that happens unconsciously. When you fail, it's most likely you have a negative association with that experience, and your brain has the sole responsibility to protect you at all times. It's like, remember that time you were on a road trip to some place, and while the wind gushes in alongside dust, you move, you immediately clean your face. Now, do you remember deliberately taking that action? No. It's a reactive response system that happens almost immediately. It's at the point of which you have executed that action is when it becomes deliberate. That's how powerful the subconscious is. The point I'm trying to extract from all of this is the brain devises mechanisms that protects us at all times. So when you failed in an endeavor, when you failed in an activity and you felt bad for failing, it's most likely that the brain will devise system that causes you never to undertake that course of action. What better way to avoid it than through procrastination? Here's how it works. In fact, before we move on, it's most likely that that stuff you're avoiding, that thing you're delaying to do, you failed in that aspect before, or you didn't receive the results you desired. It's most likely. And if this is the case, let's proceed. Procrastination in and of itself, as I earlier mentioned, stems from failure, and your body or your brain devises means that you execute unconsciously that leads to procrastination. Even this YouTube video, I remember at the infancy of my channel, when it wasn't going as planned, I would get 0 to no views, and sometimes I would average on 2 views. My brother and the other one. The only way I know the other brother has gone back to school is when the view count drops to 1. Oh, he's returned. I found myself delaying creating these videos. I found myself not putting in as much effort as I initially did. I found myself not paying the price to get better. I found myself avoiding certain things that connotes to improvement. So this is the reality of things. You're not procrastinating because of indiscipline. You're procrastinating because you fear failure. You're procrastinating because your brain, as I initially stated, has devised mechanisms to make sure you don't go through that negative experience. Isn't it funny? When you've drafted the activity, all of a sudden the dish becomes very alluring. The cleaning lady, her responsibility is what you gravitate towards. The laundry basket, or the three shirts in the laundry, the three shirts in the basket rather, is due for laundry. So all of these actions and mechanisms devised in order for you to procrastinate. One way to circumvent this hurdle, listen to this. I could make it as difficult as possible. I could obfuscate it with words. I could increase this video length in order to optimize watch hours. But I'm going to be very honest and sincere with you. Action. Every single thing boils down to action. You cannot use money to substitute for action, which is what most people try and do. They rather tithe than to become financially literate. They rather take a drug than to go to the gym. It's a problem with most people. So nothing substitutes for action. Raw action solves it all. Take action. Take action. 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 For the sake of time, we're going to end it here. As always, my friend, it's a pleasure speaking to you. I'll see you in the next one.